Hi everyone, it's been 6 months since taking over as CEO of Volcon, so I thought I'd give you a big update on what we've been working on and what we've achieved these past few months. So that's not so boring, let's do it while we're riding.
So we're in the Cleveland National Forest on the Waldemar OHV Trail. We got an early start to beat the midday heat. I'm riding a limited edition Grunt Hunter's Edition, and which I'll talk about more later. And for now, let's talk about Volcon.
When I first got on board, our Mexico OEM's factory wasn't shipping vehicles as fast as we needed. So I focused on getting our Stag UTV and Grunt motorcycle production up and running, which we did within the first month. Then I realized that the sales team needed more products in the lineup. So at that time, I started preparing new products that we could add to the lineup quickly that had strong margins built in. And I started looking for very strong manufacturing partners that were already building vehicles. We didn't have a lot of cash at the time, so I had to get really creative. Also, for the most part, I had to stay silent on the new products until we were further along. But now that they're at a stage where we're getting ready for full production on multiple vehicles, I can start talking about them. For these products, I knew we had to look for partners that already had vehicle factories. You got to understand that to develop a vehicle takes a team of engineers, but to build a factory from scratch takes an army. And so for these new products, I had to search for partners that already had factories and were shipping vehicles. The previous leadership at Volcon tried to develop new vehicles and at the same time build up a factory, which was too time consuming and expensive. Now, with limited resources, we're better off partnering with companies that have factories and then focusing on developing our products and brand. So let's talk about one of the new products that we're adding to the lineup. We have a new high-powered utility electric side-by-side, which we've codenamed the Hoof. The final model name is TBD. I mentioned this in a previous video where we were finishing desert testing, while cold weather testing and jungle testing were already finished. Our next step is to complete safety certification called ROVA testing. The Hoof is going to be fully assembled in low volume production in our Texas facility using parts from our manufacturer while they ramp up mass production. The Hoof will be available for sale in the first quarter of 2025. If you want to see a production version in person, come check it out at the EICMA Powersports Show in Milan this November. So the second new product that we're still evaluating and testing is our budget facilities and fleet-oriented electric UTV. You might have seen it in a previous video where I was driving it up a hill and talking about it while the engineers were climbing all over it. It's still being evaluated and tested, and I'll have more information on that as soon as we've made a decision. On the two-wheel front, we're launching the Hunter's Edition of the Grunt, which comes standard with dual batteries, which means it has more power and range. That'll be available in a month, and by the way, I'm riding one right now. On the finance side of things, back in February, we had roughly about $2 million in the bank and a burn rate of over $1 million a month. Since then, we reduced our burn rate almost in half, and we've cleared out almost all of our debt. So how did we do that? First, in March, we exchanged $24.7 million in convertible debt to convertible preferred stock. By July, the holders had converted all of this into common stock. Also, we're able to complete our latest round of financing where we raised $12 million. Shout out to our CFO, Greg, and the finance team. Thank you. All of this would not have happened if we were delisted from NASDAQ. If that would have happened, it would have been next to impossible to raise working capital to rebuild the company and to survive. Essentially, in February, we were out of compliance with NASDAQ and on the road to being delisted. Our stock price was below $1 a share, and we were required to get it above $1. And at the same time, we had to clean up our cap table. So we did reverse splits in February and June that were painful for everyone, investors, employees, and board members included. For example, our employee stock option plan was essentially wiped out, and any holdings by private individuals, as well as officers and board members, were reduced to almost no value. I completely recognize this was extremely painful for everyone invested in our company, but it was either do the reverse splits or get delisted and then probably shut down the company. However, we've made huge progress these past few months. We restructured the company, reduced our debt and burn rate. We're back in compliance with NASDAQ, and we've raised $12 million in cash to give us working capital to bring new profitable products to market. In the past 6 months, we've basically become a new company. I'd like to thank everyone that is supporting us, and I hope that you're enjoying our current products and that you'll enjoy our new products in the future. If you made it this far in the video, thank you, and we'll have some detailed product videos for you soon. See you later.